They're thirsty. Not thirsty, but they like to have a bath in this in the mornings. Good morning. We get this question all the time. Why was it Airlie Beach that you chose to move at? And some of the reasons might actually surprise you. Kitty cat's opening the door on her own. Watch out. We wanted more than just a postcode. We wanted somewhere that felt like a community, like a small town. We wanted sunshine, we wanted space for the kids, we wanted more of an outdoor lifestyle and wanted them to be close to the ocean. And from living on the road, traveling around Australia for over 2 years, we wanted to find somewhere where we felt our life was a bit more like an adventure rather than just a highway to go to work, to go to school, to go to sport, and that's it. And for us, we thought that that small town was Airlie Beach, a place that most people just think of as a holiday stop or as somewhere to get to the reef. But somehow this is a place out of all of Australia that we wanted to call home. And here's the thing, some of these reasons might actually surprise you. Coffee, I like it warm. It's too hot. Yeah, it's a bit more like a milky coffee. I normally go with Mark and go to the servo with him in the morning, like to Shell, and get one of those Shell coffees. I feel like they're the best value coffees. They always taste good. They're from the machine, which is funny. I seem to prefer them over the barista made coffees. It probably makes me a bit of a bogan, but whatever. I do like the coffee strong. I always want it a bit cooler. I'm having the sachet coffee, which I know definitely not the best, but it'll get me through. That's better. It's like a baby coffee because it's like warm. I really don't get that many perks from posting on TikTok all the time. I did have a video go viral, and I will call it viral because it was 2 million views. And my question was for busy mums, what easy meals are we cooking at nighttime? Which obviously people want to know that, and that's why everyone commented, because I asked the question, like, not bolognese, not chow mein, and not something else, like stuff that is really easy to cook. And I asked them all to make a comment below. So there's a whole thread of all these good ideas that you can make. And because of that, Mingle obviously noticed it. And this is butter chicken that I made last night. Look at what they sent me. It's like a seasoning packet. They didn't pay me. They just sent it to me and said, yeah, here, try these, which is really nice. Yeah, it had all these spices in it and then all these packets. But you know what the good thing is? You just grab one of these and I go, oh, okay, well, I'll just grab the rest of the ingredients that's on the back and I'll make a meal out of it and you don't have to think about it. But we had the butter chicken and the flavour is so divine, like very strong flavours. And we have fajitas. Oh, beef stroganoff. And that was so good. Because the thing is, if you get diced beef from the supermarket, it's only like $10 or $11. And then you add mushrooms, you add sour cream, a bit of tomato paste and then you're done. And the flavour was just so good. And the recipe actually said to have it with like spiral pasta. And so the meal was next to nothing, like maybe $15, $20 at the most, which is great. And also, if you got a box like that and it gives you all the packets, it kind of takes the thinking out of it, which is half the problem. So that's a leftover butter chicken. And I had like the rotisserie, you know, the rotisserie chickens. The last couple of times I've gone to Woolies, they've actually had them on special for $6. So I bought 2. So I've got leftover. So I had lots of sauce left. So I've added a little bit of that rotisserie chicken. I'll leave it in the fridge and then the guys can have it for leftovers. Like a lot of the reasons why we moved here was for the kids. We wanted them to grow up in an environment that was like more of a small town because of the small town safety, I would say, because smaller towns have more of a community. Everyone knows everyone. It just feels safer and it feels like there's less crime. Giving the kids a little bit more independence, knowing that they can go down to the bus stop and go into town and know that it's fairly safe. Like there's no real people down there that are scary. I don't know how to say that. But in Geelong, there was a lot more crime, a lot more people getting bashed, a lot more druggos. And I don't want to bag the place because it's a great place, but for me, I didn't really want the kids to be going to town, whereas here they can go into town. And you know what? everyone knows everyone. We don't quite know everyone, but the kids all know each other, so I feel like they're a lot safer. I still am about the fact that you cannot walk on your own. Well, Tilly can't walk on her own. Tex is like a 16-year-old looking adult, basically. He's fine now, but Tilly definitely still don't want her walking on her own, but she can definitely catch the bus with her friends, or I could take her down to the bus stop. Because once you're in town, there's so many people. It's not like you're walking down a scary alleyway and it's creepy and someone can kidnap you. Yeah, I guess it just feels like we can give them a lot more freedom here, which is what I think kids need. That's what our growing up was like. Our growing up was, you know, you could walk to school on your own, you walk home. And, you know, I grew up in a very bad area, and there was a few times where I nearly got stolen, but I made it. But we didn't have social media back then, so you didn't know everything that was going on. This one definitely sounds weird. We wanted to choose remote over convenience. Let me explain this a little bit more. We lived right near Kmart, 5 minutes from Kmart, close to all the big shops. And, you know, when you're in a bigger town, it's so easy to overconsume. I feel like anything that you need just at your fingertips and you don't have to think about it. Kmart's pretty cheap, so it's not a big budget. You go there thinking you're going to spend $20 and all of a sudden you've bought an outfit, a new pair of shoes. And I just feel like it's a bit of overconsumption. Buy better quality and buy less. That's why we chose more remote over convenience. Having a small town, that really does help. I do miss Aldi, 100%. I do miss Kmart, but when I think about it, I'm not just going to get something that I don't really need now, so that's good. But also with that inconvenience comes less traffic. Like a smaller town, we've only got a couple of traffic lights, there's a few roundabouts, and Chute Harbour Road is like the busiest road, and it's not even bad. Like it's a single lane. So definitely having the smaller town and having it being less busy was a big thing. And knowing that a big city is like, it's 1,000 Ks away. Townsville's like 3 hours away. But that's okay. That's what we wanted. We wanted to be remote, but not too remote that the kids didn't also have access to sports. Speaking of schools, we also wanted a good choice for our children's education. Here, even though it's a small town, there is actually 3 different high schools that you can choose for your kids. One is a public school, and it's a very good public school. One is a Catholic school, and one is a Christian college, prep to year 12. So being able to have those choices is a really big thing. And obviously if there's 3 high schools, that means there's enough kids that the kids are going to be able to make enough friends in their lifetime. And having 3 high schools also means there is a good choice of sporting activities, which is obviously really important, not only for Tex, but big time for Tilly for her netball. And sport. Sport is obviously a huge one. If you've been following me, you know that Tilly is right into her sport, and she will play netball every single day if she could. And in Geelong, we're so lucky because the AFL football follows the netball, like they play together. So for example, East Geelong would play on a Saturday at home, and the girls would start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the under 16s would start at 8 o'clock in the morning too. And then you'd play all the teams all day, which is really, really good for community. The canteen there, you can have some beers while you're watching the seniors, and then there's usually a function afterwards. We do miss that side of things. But yeah, for Tilly, she really wanted opportunities in netball. And when she spoke to the principal of her school, she explained, like the teacher seemed to like netball as well. And she explained how there's also lots of in-school netball, and there's been like 3 different things. Like the first week that Tilly got there, they tried her out for the North Queensland team. We didn't really know what was going on at the time. She made it to Bowen, and then she's quite young, but it was for under 15s, and she was only 12 at the time. So anyway, we wanted to make sure that we had the choice of being able to play netball. Now, she doesn't get to play every day, which is fine, thank God, because it does get a little bit of a lot. But she's like in a team here in the Whitsundays, and then she's also in a rep team. And she went to the Gold Coast. We've been to Townsville. We go to Mackay all the time. And yeah, it's just great. There is some great opportunities for her here in netball. The thing is, she wants to get into AFL now. We're like, oh. Anyway, but the other thing is, Tex plays AFL football and he's not really into it like she is, but having a sport that we can get him to do is so important. We know that, because we don't want them just like louting around, not doing anything. Because you know what ends up happening? They either get themselves into trouble, or they're on their phones all the time, or he's on his PlayStation. So we want to get them to have a hobby. It's been difficult because we haven't been able to get out on the water because our boat's still not repaired. Oh my God, that has been drama. I wish I could document more of it, but my husband's just like, can you please not talk about it? And I'm like, I don't want to either, because I just want to go out on the water. Anyway, so yeah, so the idea was that, you know, we do have more time here to be able to go out after work and go out onto the ocean. And, you know, they like fishing. I don't like fishing, but I like being in the water. So having the AFL and the netball in the winter season does take up a lot of time, but we're still going to have the weekends. But yeah, sport is really important, and you probably know that country towns, I feel like everyone plays sport, and it is a very big sporting town. Like, everyone plays some sort of sport. Yeah, so those were the reasons that I guess a lot of people didn't think that we were thinking about, but they were a very big thing. I mean, obviously we could have moved to anywhere in the country and had all of those things, but the most obvious one is that, the ocean. The ocean, being able to look at it, the reef, the climate, knowing that you're waking up in paradise, like there's palm trees everywhere, is just so good. They're the reasons that everyone would have thought that I would have said straight away. And yeah, they are really important. I mean, Exmouth was the other place that was on my list, but I did feel that was like a little bit too remote for the kids, whether or not they would have had a netball team or an AFL team or have the choices of schools. I don't think they really had that, but I definitely love it there. That was, we did investigate that quite a bit first. So yeah, so they're all probably the reasons that you would have thought that we would move to Airlie Beach, and they're all 100% true. But because we're moving here with kids, and next generation is going to grow up here, we wanted to make sure it was going to be great for them. And the way that the town is expanding, it's only going to get better. And a lot of the locals don't like the growth, but for me, I do like it because it's still really small, but it can't go too big. Come on, honey. Let's go walkies. Yeah. What are you looking for? You want to go walkies? You want to go walkies, darling? Yeah. I need some more toilet bags. Come here. Okay, we'll just do that for now, okay? Cool. Moving here wasn't easy. We still miss our family and friends, and like that hurts and stings a little bit every now and then. But what we've gained is giving our kids a kind of childhood that we dreamed for them, similar to what we had when we grew up. They're not just growing up in a normal town, they're growing up in the Whitsundays. They've got access to the reef. Like, those things are amazing. Not only that, the small town, like, I just feel that we want to give them every opportunity that we can to have a great life, one that's a little bit old school. For us, like, making those big sacrifices that we have moving here, and the little stings that we get of missing our friends and being able to just pop over to someone's house to have a drink, like, that sacrifice is worth it for our kids, because they will have that here. And after a few years, that's what we'll have as well, I'm sure. So if you've been enjoying a little peek into our new life in the Whitsundays in Airlie Beach, why don't you watch this video here? This is a video about what surprised us about moving to this paradise. And if you're more curious about the bigger picture, stick around, because I'll be making more of those videos. I've got a whole list of things that I'd like to talk about, vlogs and places that we're going to see. And if you're thinking about coming to Airlie Beach, I've created a whole playlist of guides about this area. And, you know, I guess you could say from a local. Not quite a local yet, but you know what I mean. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments below if you're thinking about moving to Airlie Beach or to another town and starting your new life. I would love to hear from you. If you really are enjoying my content and you want to support me, consider joining my membership. It's $5.99 a month. Think of it as shouting me out a coffee once a month. Really helps support my content so I can make more of these videos for you. I'll be putting a little bit more behind the scenes content in there as well, and there's all training programs that can help you if you want to do content creation as well. So thank you so much for joining me here in my little corner of the internet, and I will see you in the next one. Life is weird and I vlog it. Follow along.